Start with a clean face by completing skincare routine with primer. This will help prep your face for makeup and allow it to sit better on the face. I start with my brows first since I will be doing a full face of makeup. Brushing my brows up with a spoolie, which allows me to have more hairs to work with. I then set my brows in place with the NYX Bare With Me Brow Setter. I like to start filling my brows with a brow pencil in the shade brown, making sure to fill in the ends and outline my brow shape. I then fill in the front of my brows with the L'Oreal Brow Artist Genius Kit and conceal with the Revolution Conceal and Fix Concealer in the shade Honey. Today, I'll be using the Tammi X Revolution Carnival palette as well as the Rich in Life Revolution palette. I will be using the shade Navy from the Carnival palette on the outer corners of my eyelid to create depth. Then going in with the shade Definitely as a base and then intensifying that same colour using my fingers. Now going into the Rich in Life palette, I will be using the shade Extra AF on top of Definitely to add more dimension. Then using the shade Date Night plus a little bit of Stargirl to intensify the outer corners and to outline my crease using a small eyeshadow brush. Using the shade Calypso from the Carnival palette, I will place that in the center, making sure to blend it into the other shades. Using a smaller flat eyeshadow brush, I've taken the shade Darling from the Rich in Life palette to use for my inner corners to brighten my eyes. Taking the eye tape off, I will now start with my foundation using the shade 440 in Fenty, making sure to apply less foundation on my forehead. I will now set my foundation with the Lancome Compact Powder. Going back to my eyes, I have reapplied the tape and will be doing a thin wing liner with the Glam Eyes Rimmel London Liquid Liner, and I will touch up the wing afterwards. Using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 55 to highlight under my eye, chin, nose and forehead. I then blend it out using a wet sponge, starting from the chin, which allows the concealer under my eyes to set a bit more before blending. I also use my concealer to clean up my eyeshadow. And after blending, I go back with my foundation brush to make sure it all blends into each other. For fuller coverage under my eyes, I am using the Fenty concealer in the shade 413. I will now be contouring using the My Perfect Color Concealer from Primark in the shade Rich Espresso. Making sure to follow the structure of my face. And to blend outwards away from the face to create more shadows. And then I use a smaller square brush to blend the contour on my nose to have more accuracy. Then set the areas highlighted with my Ben 9 Topaz powder mixed with the Revolution Banana Deep powder to tone down the orange from the Ben 9. I then press the powder into my skin with a wet sponge for a more seamless finish. I set my face using the Revolution Pro Fix Setting Spray. Going back into the Carnival palette, I use the shade Navy to line my under eyes. I now bronze with the Benefit bronzer in the shade Toasted, mainly focusing on the outer perimeters of my face. Using a Revolution blusher Reloaded in the shade Baked Peach, I then apply blush above my contour and cheekbone to lift my face up. I also apply it on my nose, chin, to create a subtle contour. Using a Slick Face Contour Kit in the shade Dark, I use my fan brush for the highlight and apply it above my blush almost near the eyes to give my face a lift and for more of a natural glow. I go over my highlighter with my foundation brush to tone it down and to give it more of a seamless blend. Using the Revolution Dare to Divulge highlighter, which is more icy with a pinky peach undertone for my nose and upper lip, making sure I am precise with my placement. I then blend it out using my fingers and my concealer brush. This gives my nose a natural but defined highlight, which allows light to reflect off my nose a lot easier. Now I'll be applying my lashes using the 3D 110 Mink lashes from AliExpress with my Dura Lash Glue alongside my lash applicator. Making sure to let the glue dry a bit before applying, I will be applying my No. 7 Dramatic Lift Mascara. Apply the lashes closer towards the outer corners for a more natural look. For my lips, I showed two nude combos. The first was with the NYX Lingerie Lippy in the shade 4, and it was outlined by the Kiko Smart Fusion Lip Pencil in the shade 531. The second combo is the Revolution Sheer Gloss in the shade Muse with the Revolution Lip Liner in the shade Glory. I then set my face with the Revolution Hydrate and Fix Setting Spray. Thank you for watching my tutorial. Please like, subscribe and share.